And welcome back. Well, we have two guests on today from the South Orange County Community College District. We have on the acting director, Terry Robinson. Nice to meet you, sir.
Good morning.
Nice to have you on. And then we have Estella Castillo Garrison, and you are the dean of the program, right?
I am, yep.
And you're actually, what you oversee are all the community education programs as well, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm the Dean of Community Education, Emeritus Institute, and K-12 Partnerships.
Okay.
So, yeah, it involves the Emeritus Institute, where I work with Terry, and then it also involves the Community Education, which is the not-for-credit fee-based portion of the college. And then the K-12 Partnerships has to do with outreach and recruitment for the campus, as well as other partnerships.
All right, very good. And the Emeritus program, I think over the years, you've, not maybe you specifically, but people have come on and have talked about it. How did it get started, and where does the funding come from?
I actually was here the very first day the Emeritus existed, and that was 1978, I think. And I was teaching at that time. It is an instructional program, just like any instructional program on campus: fine arts, communications, business science. The curriculum is state approved, and so we generate state apportionment just as any program would on campus. The differences in our program are that they're primarily non-credit. They're designed after the for-credit programs on campus, but they're designed specifically for older adults. So we don't have midterms, we don't have grades, but we have all the other academic qualities that go along with an academic program: state-approved curricula, the hiring of faculty that have the same qualifications as on-campus faculty do. And our programs are offered off-campus. They're offered in the community that's convenient for older adults to actually attend those classes.
Okay, all right, very good. And I think we have some information that you guys sent along in the form, pardon me, of some slides that we'll bring up. Estella, since you oversee both the Emeritus, you're the Dean, I should say, and the K-12 partnerships, what are the differences between the two other than age? I mean, with the K-12 partnerships, do you also have programs that are fee-based and things like that?
Yes, with the K-12 partnerships, we do a lot of the, we do a College for Kids program and a youth aquatic programs on our campus, but we also do the after-school programming for Capistrano Unified School District. So in terms of their elementary schools, we run 35 school sites after school on their school sites, very similar to what we do with the Emeritus Institute, where we offer programs within the community. So we have I have a lot of experience, and in terms of what I do with community education, it's very actually similar, where we work with facilities. Each school has their own obvious office staff and teachers, and then each facility for Emeritus also has their own office staff. So building relationships and that sort of thing is very similar in terms of the two programs.
Okay, so I can see how they sort of intertwine and benefit both areas as well. In some of these programs that we have, we got your information up here, but every year you have, now we're entering, I guess you would call it the fall semester. Yes. So now is the time for people who are interested to find out information on this and start to sign up, right?
Right. Our two primary terms are the fall and the spring. The fall begins in August. Registration for the fall is going on right now. In fact, it's been going on for a couple of weeks now. Registration for the spring will happen later in the year.
Okay.
That will begin in January. Our fall semester is an important semester for us. It will be the first semester we're entering in a brand new academic year with a dean. We haven't had a dean before the Emeritus Institute in a very, very long time, and that's quite important. It's an opportunity for us to add some classes to the schedule. The college has given us permission to grow the Emeritus Institute a bit in the fall and the spring of this year. So consequently, we've added 8 new classes to the schedule after the scheduled classes was published.
Okay.
And we'll probably be adding another 8 new classes in the spring as well. So this is a really big year for the Emeritus Institute.
Can people go online and register as well?
People can register online.
Okay.
They can register in person. We have sites off campus. They can register on campus. And if they're really having difficulty, they can always touch base with the Emeritus office, and we'll be glad to help anybody.
Okay. some of the new classes, are these the ones you are listed here that did not get into the regular program?
Right, those
okay.
are the new classes.
And I know that it's hard to see at home and on screen, but you know, you got some health and wellness, balance and Pilates and things like that, which we've offered. I think the Pilates class, I think recreation, I think the person that does that works with you folks, I believe. Because I remember when they've talked about that, they said if you're enrolled with the Saddleback one, then you're already enrolled, you don't have to pay the extra fee or something like that. But we've talked about that one quite a bit.
Right.
And then the conversational Spanish and modern world culture, so film and literature, so quite a bit is being offered here.
Right.
If these classes, is the only way they're going to find out is going online for them, or are they in the book?
They're actually listed on our website.
Okay.
If someone wants
All right,
to
very
identify
good.
these brand new classes, they can go to the website.
Okay.
It tells you right there at the bottom where the website is.
Okay, very good. So saddleback.edu/emeritus. How long have you been dean of? Is just the first year as far as the emeritus?
In terms of my deanship, it started in the beginning of April.
Okay.
So that is relatively new. I've been with Saddleback College for over 9 years. I was the director of community education, so that was the department that I oversaw. So now the community education emeritus and K-12 have been put together as a division, and so that's where my new role is.
Okay, and how are you doing so far? Are you enjoying it?
It's absolutely fantastic. I've known obviously about the emeritus for a number of years because I worked side by side with the past director, Sandy Marzelli, before she retired, and so I knew all about it. But having stepped in this new role and actually going out with Terry into the classroom, it's fantastic. It's definitely a different experience in terms of walking into the classroom and seeing the engagement between the students and the faculty. It's been really wonderful for me to be part of that, and I look forward to supporting the Emeritus Institute moving forward.
Are there other places that the Emeritus Institutes where they have classes like this? Statewide, I mean, is this a statewide program or is it by district? How does it work?
It is by district, and
Okay.
there are a number of programs up and down the state in the community college system.
Mm-hmm.
None, we like to think, are quite as big or quite as comprehensive as our program. Right now, the state has concluded a hard look at funding for these types of programs, trying to understand exactly what it means to the community, to offer academic programs to older adults for non-credit, and still provide state funding for that. The first round of those discussions has concluded in a very positive way. The state has taken a look and said, maybe we should continue funding this for another couple of years and stretch this discussion out. And we're happy about that. We see the long-term viability of non-credit programs for older adults as very, very positive at the state level.
How does this differ from what we've always had, adult education? I mean, that's been around forever, it seems.
We like to think of our program as not just continuing education, but education throughout your life. Frequently, adult ed programs allow people to retrain for jobs, allow them to move into certificate programs, learn new skills. Our students can do that, but learning just for learning's sake, lifelong learning, becomes a very, very important issue. I think across the country right now, when you see the aging population growing, education becomes a very, very important part of being older. Sometimes I think maybe you have to be older to understand that, but we do in the Emeritus Institute, and we've got a great relationship with our older population in our service area.
Are there online programs as well? Not just registration, but somebody can do something if they don't want or can't get to a class. There's things they can learn that way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think one of the important parts, the components of classes for older adults is the social component. Actually getting into a room with other older adults, exchanging ideas, learning new things. We haven't had great success with online classes for older adults for that reason. We are continuing to explore that because we think there are opportunities to do something called a hybrid class, where perhaps 50% of the class would be done online and the rest of the class would be done in a room someplace, in a classroom someplace where they could all meet. So online classes is something we continue to explore. Okay,
very good. Every year or every semester you add different kinds of classes. Are there some you take away that you just find that, you know, over the years, this what this class was all about is just kind of faded away and people have other interests now. Do you see that happen?
We have had some classes that we have let go. Ones that come to mind right now are French and German.
Right, yeah.
Spanish, very strong. We've got 3 or 4 classes of Spanish right now. French and German just began to decline. We could not get enough students in those classes. So we do look at the curriculum. We do look at what's strong. We like to put in new innovative faculty and new innovative classes whenever we can. But reviewing the curriculum, there is occasion now and then to look at a class that just isn't worth holding anymore. Right?
Tastes change.
Tastes do change.
People just,
the older
there's
population
different things.
changes also.
Yeah.
What their needs are and what their wants are.
Right, exactly. Well, again, you can register right now, and if you go online, saddleback.edu/emeritus. And do you have the, I'm looking right here, there it is, the Clubhouse 4. They can go over there and register right now?
Yes.
It's ongoing, okay. And also, if you go online, you'll see those additional classes there that aren't in the book. So, or if you're watching us now and you heard about them, when you go over to Clubhouse 4, I'm sure they'll have a handout or a sheet.
We've got them.
They're printed
We've
on
got
there,
them,
so
yes.
it'll be there. Thank you very much. Nice to have you both on.
Thank you for having us.
All right,
Thank
and
you.
good luck. And you're acting director, so.
In about 2 weeks, I'll be fishing.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, we'll see you again. Take care.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment. We'll get there.